Hi everybody, welcome back to Anges Pilates. A very big congratulations to all of you who completed the 14-day challenge. Remember, this challenge is available at any time. So if you haven't done it, you might want to start now, or perhaps you'd like to repeat it. It's always good to do it a second time, and you'll notice that you've got a little bit more strength. I've listened to your feedback, and I am going to do a standing 3-part series, but today I thought we'd do a stretch workout. It's always good to nourish your body. You can add these stretches before a workout or after any workout, or perhaps you can start it at the beginning of your day. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button below for more workouts, and can you hit the bell button and it'll notify you of any workouts that are coming up. Let's start. So we're going to start off in child's pose. So your knees are wide. You're going to anchor your sit bones to your heels and just allow your chest to fall to the floor. So most of us, when we do child's pose, we have our palms facing down. So I'd like you to try turning your palms up. So we're going to come into a little bit of a rotation through the shoulder joint. Make sure you're not up here with your buttocks. You want to sink your butt down towards the floor. And now I'd like you to breathe. Breath is really important here. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And turn your palms up to face the ceiling. And you'll notice you feel a bit of an opening through those shoulders. And every time you exhale, just see where you feel the tension in your body and just relax into it and let it go. We're going to add on to this. We're going to take your arms, stay in your child's pose, but just take your arms to the side of your bodies, keeping the palms up. And you'll notice a stretch now down the side of your body. Beautiful stretch, keeping your sit bones grounded, keeping your palms turning up. And just use your breath to let go of the tension that you may feel anywhere in your body. Then come back to the center. And you're going to walk your hands to the other side, keeping those palms turning up. It's beautiful opening through that shoulder joint. So here you feel the stretch across the lower spine. I feel the stretch through my shoulders. And I feel the stretch from the top of the scapula right down to my tailbone. Stay with your breath. Then come back to the center. I'd like you to tuck your tailbone under and slowly roll back up. And just remember, if you want to stay lower in each stretch, feel free to do that. Now you need to hold on to the wall here for a little bit of balance. Let's take the right leg forward, and you're going to take the weight off the back knee by pushing into your hips. So it's a kneeling quad stretch. So maybe this is all right for you. If you have knee issues, you might want to stay here. Otherwise, try reaching for your back foot. Hold the top of your foot, drive your heel towards your buttocks and sink a little deeper into that stretch. So I feel a beautiful opening through the front of that back hip. And I feel a beautiful stretch the front of my quad. Now, if you have the balance, take the other arm and reach for the foot. Make sure there's no strain on that kneecap and lift your arm up. If you're feeling your kneecap, you might want to place a cushion underneath that knee. If your hands can't reach the foot, then use a towel, wrap it around the foot and bring the leg in. Brace those abs, lift your eye gaze, now pull the heel towards the seat. Now if you can, lean a little bit over that front leg. Keep driving the heel towards the buttock. Squeeze your buttocks to push your hips forward and up you come. Beautiful, let's change legs. Always remember you have to do, if you're doing one leg, you need to complete the stretch on the other side. So we're upright to start, then we squeeze the buttocks to push the hips forward. Driving the hips forward by activating the glutes. So you might want to stay here. Otherwise, you're going to reach. You might want to change sides so you've got the wall. Otherwise, you want to reach for that back foot. Breathe. Keep lifting up. When you've got your balance, change your hand. Keep driving the heel towards the seat, and you're going to lift the opposite arm to the front leg. Stay lifted here. If there's weight pushing through that kneecap and it's uncomfortable, put a cushion under the knee or maybe fold your mat or towel. Then lift up and you're going to lean slightly to the side and you'll feel an increased stretch the side of that body. Breathe and then lower and come down. Beautiful. So this is a typical yoga pose. And place your right leg in front of you And you're going to bend your knee. Flex that foot to protect your knee. And then you're going to square your hips up. So you want to pull your back hip to your front heel. Lift your chest. Now this might be enough for you. You want to reach your back toes to the back of the room. Very important is to square your hips here. Make sure they square. Keep pulling that back hip to the front heel and keep pulling your front heel backwards. And I feel a beautiful stretch through my hips, my glutes, and my lower back. So this might be enough for you. If you want more, lower your elbows down and take your arms long. So I'm folding my body over my front leg. Let go through your shoulders and just breathe. Every time you exhale, just see where you can go a little bit more. Don't hold on to any grip or tension. Breathe. Breath is really important. Then place your hands underneath your chest and up you come, and let's change legs. So it should be your left leg now. Take your right leg behind you. Pull up your toes of your front foot. Now square your hips. You want to pull your back hip towards your front heel, and you want to pull your front hip backwards. Lift your chest. Now lengthen your back leg. And as you exhale, see if you can settle a little bit more into those hips. If you want more, lower your elbows. Lower your chest so you're folding over your body. Try and get length through your arms. Keep squaring your hips though. You'll feel that stretch even more if your hips are square. Flex that front foot to keep your knees safe. Now breathe. Try letting go through your jaw. Relax your tongue. Soften your face. And every time you exhale, see where you can go a little bit more. Then place your hands underneath your chest and up you come. Beautiful. Pop your feet flat. Roll your hips towards your ribs and lean back a little bit. So you want to make sure your elbow joint isn't locking here. So place your fingers at a place where your wrist joint feels good. Now I'd like you to squeeze your buttocks and you're going to lift your hips up. So lots of hamstrings here, lots of glutes. You're going to take your back arm, lift it up, and you're going to keep lifting your hips, and you're going to just let that arm hang forwards and look down at the floor. Try not to drop your hips. Keep squeezing your buttocks to lift up and just let that arm hang. Breathe. Beautiful stretch, that mid-back. Lots of work for the glutes and hamstrings. Then lift that arm up, look at your top fingers, set your hand down, set your hips down. Let's do it on the other side. So you're going to squeeze the buttocks to drive up. Make sure you're not locking out that elbow joint. Pick up your front arm now. Keep your hips lifted. Now lower that front arm, so a little bit of rotation. You're rotating through that mid and upper back, but you want to keep your hips as level as you can. Keep lifting your hips by squeezing your buttocks. Now just breathe. Soften your jaw. Relax your face. Then lift that arm up. Look at your top fingers. Set your hips down. Lower your arm. Beautiful. Then come onto your knees. You're going to take your knees slightly outwards. You're going to squeeze your buttocks. You're going to lift your chest up, and you're going to lean back and reach for your heels, if this is available. Now I want you to push your chest forward. Squeeze your buttocks by pushing your hips forward. And if your neck feels good, let your head hang. Now just breathe. Keep driving your hips forward. If it's not good for your neck, stay here. A bit difficult for me to talk with my head right back, so I'm going to stay here. Keep driving the hips forward, squeezing the buttocks. Beautiful stretch for that spine and extension, and beautiful stretch for the front line of your body. Breathe. So this is counteracting all the flexion you do during the day, hunched up over a computer, over your phone, over your desk. Tuck your chin to come out, and up you come. Beautiful. So this is a great stretch to do just on its own if you don't have time to do any others. It's a little bit of a flow. So come onto all fours. You're going to come into a plank position. Take your legs behind you, shoulders over your wrists. You're aiming for a straight line here. Squeeze your buttocks. Take your right leg outside of your right hand. So it's a wide lunge. Drop into your hips. Lift your eye gaze. Make sure your hips are square to the mat. Option to land your bottom knee. Otherwise, lift it up. You're going to take your opposite elbow to that front leg and land it on the floor. So going a little bit deeper into that stretch. If it's not available, stay on your hand. Pick up your right arm and rotate towards your right leg. So if it doesn't feel good for your neck, look down or look to the side. Otherwise, you're looking up. Now pull that right shoulder back, and again, we're rotating through that upper back. Then place your hand down. Lower your back knee, straighten your right leg, lift your chest, pull up your toes. You want this front leg as straight as you can. Now tip from your hips as you breathe out and land your hands either on the floor or maybe you're on your thigh. Here, the secret, we're targeting the back of the leg here, your hamstrings. So we don't want a round spine, we want length. So pull your shoulders back, lift your chest. And it's not about how low you can go, it's about how long you can get your spine. And you should feel that length in the back of your legs. Then place your foot down, hands on the mat, step back into your plank. Shoulders above your wrists. Now take your left foot. Make sure you've changed outside of your left hand. So in a nice wide position here. Pull your shoulders back and sink into your hips. Breathe out, lift your back thigh bone. Nod your chin. Breathe. And remember, you can always take a little bit longer than I'm doing. Land your back knee if you need to. Take your right elbow and land it on the inside of your hand. Then rotate towards your leg. Look up or down, whatever feels good for your neck. Lift your back thigh bone. Now pull that shoulder back and open your chest. Breathe. Exhale. Beautiful. Hands come down, land your knee, flatten your toes, and straighten your front leg. Lift your chest, pull your toes up, breathe in. Exhale, tip from your hips. Place your hand where it feels, your hands where they feel comfortable. I can reach the floor. If you can't reach the floor, maybe you are here. But wherever you are, make sure your spine is long. So don't give me this. You want length. Pull your shoulders back. Draw your navel up and in. Lots of core here. You want to feel the length in the back of your legs. Breathe. And then bend that foot and just come to a nice comfortable seated position. So if it doesn't feel good sitting on your haunches, you can cross your legs. So we're just going to finish off with a wrist. So take your fingers backwards. Come slightly forwards, drop your shoulders, and you should feel the stretch down that inside of that arm, front of the arm, and pushing into the heels of the palm. Breathe, relax your shoulders, nice, easy breath. And then up you come. You're going to take your right hand, reach for your head, and you're going to just pull gently here, pulling that bottom opposite shoulder to your head down. So I want you to feel a stretch in the side of your neck. This is really great if you get tension through your neck or shoulders. Just be gentle as you push that head away. You really want to think of an oppositional pull here. So pull that opposite shoulder down. Come back up and let's change. Pull that shoulder down as you reach that bottom ear towards your shoulder. I also feel this in the middle of my upper back as well. And then up you come. Beautiful. So just remember, you can do these at any time, and I'd love to hear your feedback. See you on the mat for the standing series. Bye for now.